It is 6:30. If everybody would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Sonnet, if you would call the roll.
Mr. Shear.
Here.
Mr. Daly.
Here.
Ms. Ferguson.
Here.
Mr. Reed.
Here.
Mr. Rucker.
Here.
Mr. Sins.
Here.
And then, do I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second?
Mr. Terry.
Yes.
Mr. Daly.
Yes.
Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Rucker.
Yes.
Mr. Sins.
Yes.
And is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes from June 27th?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Terry.
Yes.
Mr. Daly.
Yes.
Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Rucker.
Yes.
Mr. Sins.
Yes.
Abstain.
No, abstain. I think I was not here.
You were not.
Yeah.
Thank you. And is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes from the July 6th work session and special meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Daly.
Yes.
Mr. Terry.
Yes.
Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Rucker.
Abstain.
Mr. Sins.
Yes.
And we do not have a proclamation this evening, but we do have one visitor who has signed in, Mr. Eli Harriman. If you'd like to take the podium.
Should I begin?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Eli Herman. I live at 6411 Dickens Lane. And there's a problem with just safety crossing on west, going from north to south, for cars coming from east to west. I believe there is a visibility problem with the crossing signs at that intersection. With the sidewalk going into Willow Creek. I'm not sure what we can do about that. Maybe just possibly just trimming up that tree just a little bit, just to have a little bit better visibility with the sign there, or possibly putting up stop signs. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for coming and addressing council. I really appreciate you bringing this matter to our attention. And I know Ms. Lupton can have Public Works look into the visibility there, but thank you so much. Anybody have any other?
I'll add one thing. We are planning on, in our budget and into the goals for next year, working on a kind of walkability study and visibility. So trimming the trees will help, but it certainly won't solve like the end problem of West Avenue. So we are going to continue to look at it, and we're going to hopefully make that a priority for 2023. We just need to get through a few things that we're currently working on, a few projects, and then that's actually one of our potential goals for 2023. But doesn't mean we can't, start now and start to help.
So your timing is perfect on this matter.
Yeah, today he just learned that the speed limit was 25 when I told him, because he thought cars are going a lot faster than that every time on the crosswalk. So that's another thing that he noticed when he zips back and forth on the bike. So I don't know if there's anything to help decrease speed down that road at those intersections.
Is that on West Avenue you're talking?
Yeah, on West Avenue, because there's only the stop sign there at Gag, and then just at the end by Lantern. There's nothing at like Carriage or Willow Creek where probably most of the people are going to be crossing. So it's more traffic's just going to be bigger speeds on going through there.
I like how they treat the stretch from Gay Street to South Chillicothe as like the quarter mile at National Trail. See how fast they can get up before they hit these.
Thank you so much, and thank you for addressing council, and appreciate it. Moving out of visitors into reports. over the last 3 weeks after the public hearing with the EPA, which I wasn't able to attend due to commitments with my 4-H club and the Madison County Fair. Later in the week, I attended the Steam Threshers grand opening ceremonies. Always takes place 10 a.m. on Thursday morning, and it gave some remarks to the visitors that were attending that day. It brought in quite a few people I've talked to over the 3 days that they were able to have it from all over Ohio. So wanted to thank them for the event that they bring to Plain City. Then the following week, I attended the Madison County Mayor's meeting, and along with Ms. Lupton, we had administrators attend as well to talk about our OPWC funding and how that works within the county. So that was really helpful and insightful. And then the mayors went to the Madison County Board of Disabilities to see one of their artists commission a mural of the entire county. And what was neat was he went to each town and kind of drove around, got a feel for like what makes that town unique. I put it on my Facebook page, and some of the things that he added in were the clock tower, a piece of pie, a steam engine, and an Amish buggy. So that was, I thought he did a great job of depicting Plain City. Also included some balloons, hot air balloons at the top, which we haven't seen too many of those this summer, but he did a great job with that. And then last Friday had the Stogies 2 Plain City grand opening, and Mr. Sins and Mr. Rucker attended as well, and along with some staff members, and it was a great, quite a few people. How many do you think
Oh,
came
over the
out?
course of the evening, there were probably 30 in and out of there.
Yes.
There were
And
a lot of people that hung around for a while.
There was a large group that was there from the PAL store, or is that where the other store is?
Yes.
The original one, to support this whole thing, so.
Yeah, the one poor guy was so confounded on how he was going to get back out of town headed toward Dublin.
I told them that they once they got here, we don't want you to leave. So they thought I was joking, but no. And then this afternoon, Ms. Lupton and I met with the new Jonathan Alder superintendent, Dr. Jim Miller, and got a chance to talk over about continuing the village and school district relationship and how we can better help each other to be better informed. So that was great. With that, I'll turn it over to Ms. Sonnet for the finance.
One thing I have to report is that I'm still working with Ms. Nelson regarding the pay study. So the person that was doing it had no emergencies, so got kind of late a little bit. But other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sonnet. And Chief McKee is not here. Does anybody have an update or? No, okay. Ms. Lupton, Village Administrator.
Yeah, thank you. The Uptown Master Plan's in progress. There will be some upcoming public meetings where we'll have some easels out, and we'll invite the public to help us kind of finalize some ideas before it comes to council. One idea was to have it as something like a farmer's market. But if you know of anything else that might be a good spot for that, I think they're hoping to have 2 of those meetings in August. Taylor sent out the zoning code last Friday. It's ready for the August work session. If you could give that a preview, that way at August work session we could kind of finalize it and set those public hearings. That would be great. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Jason Stanford, our new Economic Development Coordinator, give him an opportunity to speak a little bit about his background.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all. Some familiar faces. So, yes, my name is Jason Stanford. I'm your new Economic Development Coordinator. So I'm very excited to start. Today was my second day, so I'm still getting my feet wet. But you guys have a lot of opportunity here in Plain City. I've been watching from afar. I spent 14 years with the Union County Economic Development Office. So been checking out what's going on in Plain City, and wow, you guys are on the right path. So I'm very excited to be involved with that, and look forward to working with you guys in the future on various projects.
It'll be tough, but you gotta change from you guys to we. You're part of the we now.
Yes, I ran into
that transition is always tough. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to council this evening. Anything else, Ms. Leffler?
That's all.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lafayette, Law Director.
We had BZA hearing last week on the zoning interpretations. It's approved. Otherwise, been working with Ms. Haley on any number of various and sundry legal matters.
Thank you. Marketing and communications.
Yeah, we met with Guide Studio, the Guide Studio team, to review the first draft of a few different logo designs for the branding redesign packet, and we sent them back with some suggestions on things that we'd like to see different and changed. And we have another stakeholders meeting coming up on August 9th. And then the committee hopes to bring final options before council in September, October range. The branding survey link has been made available to residents via post on the PC website and social media. So make sure that you go out and do that, residents and businesses. And then Ms. Baldwin presented some proposed enhancement to the Plain City app that include 2 additional portal links, one to the permit request portal and one to the village work request portal. So,
That is a great, I like that suggestion because it's so hard to go back through and find it when people are asking what to do. So that's great. BZA, Mr. Udale?
We had one meeting this past week. And, Mr. Lafayette mentioned that we had we had one variance for the library expansion, and it passed. And we have not set a date for the next meeting. We have to wait to see if someone puts an application in.
Okay.
I don't think anybody has yet, have they?
Not yet, the deadline's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thank you. The library edition is exciting. Is there a place where people can see that?
It's on the development story map.
Okay.
If anybody wants to see it tonight, I have the copies with me. If you want to see what the expansion's going to look like, it's going to look really nice.
And then we held, planning and zoning was on last Wednesday, the 20th, and we went over, you'll see on the agenda this evening with Darby Station. Planning Commission said that everything was pretty much in line with what was presented previously. We voted on the zoning code. Ms. Burlow might have to rely on you for a little bit, for office space to be in the agriculture district, and so that was approved, and it will be in line with what is going into the zoning code update. So that was standard, and then we also further discussed the zoning code as well and continue to dial in on the neighborhood definitions and making sure that was kind of what we have been talking about for the last few months, and then to bring it here to council knowing that it'll come back to planning and zoning. So looking forward to as much comment as possible to make sure that everything is in line with it. Our next meeting will not be the 3rd week of August because it falls on the first day of school, so we are moving it to August 24th. That's planning and zoning. Yeah, so you're good. And then Parks and Recreation Committee, Mr. Reed.
Thank you. Parks and Rec is continuing to work on its capital improvement plan for this budget year for the 2023. And they're really getting into this project. We were there until almost 9 o'clock at our last meeting. So talking about budget and capital improvement. So they're taking this very seriously because there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of potential things we could do. So the other thing, we're doing Music in the Park. Still, we had a nice Music in the Park event Sunday night. Even though the weather was very threatening, I congratulated the people who showed up, which was a good number. Maybe about 60% of what usually comes, and called them the hardy ones. They're the tough ones that can handle the stuff. So it was a good group, the Dixieland Band from London. So it was a good time was had by all. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Personnel and Finance, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, we are meeting this Wednesday here at 6:30. Thank you.
Thank you. And Fire Board.
Yep, results of the NFPA's community risk assessment were made available I think were made available the week of July 11th. That was after our last meeting, so I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. The new rescue truck is tentatively planned for sometime in August, or expected in August. This interesting fact, there were 100 medic calls in the month of June, which is a new record. So it's a lot of, and that's a big point.
Thank you, Mr.
Did
Smith.
they, I'm sorry, did they characterize what all of these calls are? Is there like a grouping of things that is happening?
Oh, you mean like
Like
they say
different kinds
liars?
of things people have to call the medic for? Is it like COVID related or something like that? Or
They didn't go, they don't.
they didn't get
their
into
stats
that
don't go
detail
into
on
that
it?
detail.
Okay, thank you.
Medic
They do
run.
keep those
Yeah, they-
statistics,
I'm
but
sorry.
they do keep those statistics.
Yeah, that would be, if it's going up, that would be a good thing to know if there's a root cause of that going up. So, thank you.
Thank you. And Design Review Board, Mr. Rucker.
We are scheduled to meet Wednesday at 6:30 here. We do have one application that was held over from the previous meeting, and I want to let you know they screwed up my schedule at work, and I have to work Tuesday or Wednesday, and I still haven't found. I'm still trying, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make it. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Rucker. And moving out of reports, we have executive session to go into, and we will be coming back to the rest of our meeting. So we are about to go into executive session, Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G8, to consider confidential information related to negotiations with other political subdivisions. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Do you